Hi guys, today I am going to make you understand a very interesting chapter which is gravitation. But one thing I am telling you, before studying gravitation you should study motion and force and laws of motion, because this chapter is totally dependent on these two chapters. So in this chapter, this is the introduction video of this chapter, and in this video you will be told the basic things of gravitation, and it's a very interesting it's a very interesting chapter, because everybody know about gravitation. Isaac Newton discovered gravitation, but what about it in deep? Okay, so I will make you understand in a very easy and very interesting way. So let's go to the slides, understand it deeply. Hi guys, now let us start our chapter gravitation, which is a very interesting chapter. Okay, so let us start with our chapter. Okay, now, so in gravitation, now we are going to cover all these topics. Okay, now why I have highlighted these all? There is a reason behind that. Now, because of these this corona COVID-19 year, the school has reduced the syllabus, so only the first five things are coming, and these three things: buoyancy, Archimedes principle, and relative density. These three are not coming, but we are for knowledge and we will learn these three also. Now, see, think yourself. These things are reduced due to COVID-19 period, but these things are meant to be learned uh, or next year or the previous year. So we should also learn these things. There might be a reason for teaching these things to students, so we should learn these things. Now, okay, so I will try my best to cover all the syllabus. Now I have cut these I have cut this gravitation classes into parts. So you have to see my classes in parts, and this is the first session of my gravitation playlist. Now, students, I will try my best to make you understand each and everything. But if you have any doubt related to this chapter or anything, or even you want chapter notes, tiny notes you want, or either you want extra questions, or you want chapter notes, you want anything, you can refer to the Telegram channel link I have posted in the description box. So, let me start my today's class. First, guys, the gravitation is discovered by Isaac Newton. Okay, guys. Now, let us study. Now, Isaac Newton said that, if see, now, like there is Earth. Okay, first tell me, gravitation. All of you know gravitation. Who don't knows gravitation? Everyone knows gravitation. We are for we everything falls on the earth because of gravitation, and sun keeps earth revolves around the sun due to gravitation. Every planet are at their place due to gravitation. So everybody knew no gravitation. Okay, now let us go more deep into gravitation. Okay, like this is earth, this is moon. Okay, now this is their centers, and now these two things. Now Isaac Newton said that everything, like you are at your place, you are applying force to anything, and that thing is also applying force to you. So he said that everything is applying force to each other thing. So now, like you are standing, force is applied on the ground, and ground is applying force to you. And everything, like a table is near you, the table is applying force to you, and you are applying force to Newton. Now you will say, why I am not pulled or pushed by the table? That is because the force that is applied is too small, that you don't even feel the force. Okay, now This is Earth, this is Moon. Now, Isaac Newton said that this. Now, guys, this is D. Okay. Now, this is mass 1 and this is mass 2. Now, Isaac Newton said that the force between them, the force between the two masses is proportional to the product of both the masses. Okay, guys. And he also said that force is inversely proportional to, okay guys, is inversely proportional to the square of their distance. Okay, guys. Now, not anyone, Isaac Newton said all these things. Okay. Now, he said that force is proportional to product of their masses, and force is inversely proportional to the distance square. Now, guys, okay, let me take a new slide. Now, guys, from this we can say that force is equal to product of masses m1 m2 into 1 by d square. Now, we have written it, but it's not the exact. Now also force will be proportional to it. Okay, not equal. So what we will do, we will write a constant g into m1 into m2 into 1 by d square. So let us see. Now, guys, this g's value. Okay, so this g's value is 6.7. Now, you will think that how it is a constant, but how its value came 6.7. Now, guys, don't worry about its value. It will be studied, it will be taught to you in the 11th class. So till then you have to just learn that g is equal to 6.7. Now, guys, don't think that g is the gravitation, but g is the only a constant. Okay, guys. Now, the gravitation g is different. That is small g. This g is a constant. Now, guys, F is equal to g into m1 into m2 divided by d square. Now, guys, we come to the equation that F is equals to g into m into m2 divided by d square. Now, guys, this is only the universal law of gravitation. That is the first part of this chapter, universal law of gravitation. Now, guys, you will be thinking that what is the definition of universal law of gravitation? Now, guys, if you learn this formula, F is equals to g, where g is a constant, and g into m1 m2 divided by d square. Okay, guys. Now, if you learn this equation, you will learn everything. Okay. Now, the definition says that the universal law of gravitation. Now, guys, why is it called universal law? Universal law it is called because it is applicable everywhere in the universe. Okay, guys, it is applicable everywhere in the universe. Now, guys, let me write the definition. Now, when I will write the definition, you will think that it is the easiest thing. Okay, guys. Now, the definition says that it is a law. That you know it is a law. Okay, guys. It's a simple thing. You know that is a law. It is a law that states that every object, because it's a universal law, okay, so every object in the universe attracts each other. Okay guys, every object in the universe attracts each other. Okay guys, attracts each other in a way, that the force. Okay guys, now remember the equation force. Now that the force is proportional to the product of masses. Okay guys, the product of masses, it is already given in the definition for equation. Okay, now directly proportional to the product of masses. And the second thing, what was the second thing? Now the second thing was that it is proportional to the inversely proportional to the distance. So right, and inversely proportional to the distance. And guys, one more thing you have to denote in it. Nothing, what you have to denote. Okay, now the first thing I told was that. Okay guys, now that thing was the force. Okay, wait a minute. Now the force is along the line joining the centers of the two objects. Now guys, like I gave the example of earth and moon. So the distance is joining the line between the line joining the centers of the two objects. Okay guys, don't forget it, the line joining the centers. So guys, you don't have to learn this definition, learn this formula. This definition will automatically come in your mind. Just learn this formula. This whole definition, this 4-line definition is all that equation. F is equal to G into M divided by D square. Okay guys, so just answer a simple question now. Okay, now motion of moon around the earth is due to which force? Okay guys, one more thing. Okay, now before studying this chapter, you have to study chapter motion and force and laws of motion, because this chapter is totally based on those two chapters. Now guys, you have already studied which force is applied in the center. So motion of moon around the earth. Okay, so now moon and earth. Now moon revolves around the earth in a circle path, so that is the centripetal force. Okay guys, I will write the spelling. Centripetal force. Okay guys, like anything that moves in a circular path, that object is applying centripetal force to the center. Okay guys, centripetal force to the center. Okay, guys, just a second, I think I left something. Now G's value. Okay guys, now G's value I told you 6.7. guys, a mistake I did. It's 6.7 into 10 minus 11. Okay guys, now I know it's a big number, but you have to remember it. Okay, the logic, don't in the logic, just remember it. In 11th you will all be studied this. Okay, now 6.7 into 10 root minus 11. Oh, not root, it's 10 minus 11. Okay, now guys, okay, let's move to a question. Now answer this. How is distance related to force? It's a very simple question. I have told you, just keep in mind the equation. Force is equal to G into M1 M2 by divided by D square. Okay guys, now how is distance related to force? It's inversely proportional to force. Okay, very easy question. It's a very easy question. Okay, now let us do one more question. Okay guys, okay, imagine that distance the distance between the two objects is increased. Okay guys, it's increased. The force attracting, now what will happen to the force? Now think. Okay guys, now for this explanation I will give you a practical. Okay guys, I'll give you a practical. When the distance is increased, what will happen to the force? Okay guys, okay, okay, now if, like, this is earth. Now guys, this is the center, and the center is giving the gravitational force. It is attracting to the moon, all that, all things are attracted by the center of the earth. Now, do you know, earth is not in a circle shape, it is the oval shape. So the gravitation force is more on the poles. Okay guys, because it is closer to the center. So what do you get from it? More near to the center, more the force. Okay guys, like if it is moon only. Okay guys, now it is farther from earth, that's why it is not so attracted by the earth. Its mass is so large, if there is no gravitational force it would fly off, but it is attracted by the gravitational force. Okay guys, now if the gravitational force is more, moon will uh, moon will collide on the earth. So the force which is attracting is less, that's why the moon is at its place. Okay guys, now from this we get that if the distance is increased, what will happen in the force? The force will decrease. Okay guys, now a ball thrown by you on the earth falls down. Why? Because the force is more. But if you throw a ball on moon, what will happen? Will it come to the earth? No, because the force of attraction is less. Okay guys, so remember this. Now I have explained you this question. Now try this one. This is a very confusing question. Now try this one. Pause my video and try to solve it. Okay guys, now try to solve it. Now I am going to start, but you should pause it and try to solve it. Now the equation we learned is such that F is equal to G M1 M2 divided by D square. Don't think difficult to be learning this equation. Don't even remember it. I am telling you. Whenever you solve a question, keep your notebook in front of you. Write this equation, and whenever you solve a question, keep this equation in front of you. You will remember it automatically. No need to put pressure to learn this. Okay. So if the masses between the two masses, okay, okay, I have done a mistake. I think in the question it has a mistake. If the masses between the two bodies, okay, guys, I will correct it. Okay, now let it be like that only. The if the masses, it is what it is. It is bodies. Okay, if the masses between two bodies, okay, the masses between two bodies is halved. What it means? The masses is halved. So we will put 2 here and 2 here. Okay, guys, we'll put a 2 between this mass and this mass because the masses are halved of both the objects, and the distance is doubled. So we will write here 2. Okay, guys, 2. Now this should be like this. Okay, now the distance is doubled. Now it is asking that if the distance is doubled, okay, what effect it will have on the force. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, now we will take this 2 and this 2 under. Okay, now this will become F is equal to G into M1 into M2 divided by, okay, divided by D square. Now if we take 2 outside, it will convert into 4 because it's square. Okay, now 4 into, now the this 2 and this 2 we have to multiply it with this 2 and this 2. Now what would it become? It would be 16. Okay, now we can write it as 1 divided by 16 into this G into M into D square. Now how much has its difference? 1 by 16. Okay, guys, now you understood how I took all this. The difference is now 1 by 16. Now what is it written? F is equals to G M1 into M2 into divided by D square. Now the equation which is resultant is F is equals to 1 divided by 16 into this only. So if this is force only, we can write it as, now force becomes F is equal to 1 divided by 16 F. Okay, guys, now how much force has changed? 1 divided by 16. So the answer is 1 divided by 16. Okay, it's looking at like 8, but it's 6. Okay, guys, it's 6. 1 divided by 16. Now this comes to an end of our session, guys. Let's just summarize once what we have studied today. Okay, guys, now we studied that F is equal to G into M1 into M2 divided by D square. Now, guys, this is all the chapter that is based on this equation. So remember this equation, all that. Now we studied universal law of gravitation. Okay, what was the universal law of gravitation? See the equation, just see the equation. Okay, the universal law of gravitation was the law that states G, this G. Okay, now F, okay, now F is directly proportional to M1 into M2, masses of the two objects, and it is also proportional, inversely proportional to the square of their distances, and the distance lies along the line joining the center of the two objects. Okay, guys, so this is the universal law of gravitation's definition, and the law is this one. Okay. Now I told you the g's value. What is, it's a constant, but its value is 6.7 into 10 root minus 11. Not root, okay, sorry, I'm spelling it as root, but it's power. Okay. Now 10 power to the minus 11. Okay guys. Now centripetal force. Centripetal force is the force acting towards the center. Okay guys. Now earth is not round, that I told you. Earth is not round, it's in the form of oval. That the gravitational force is higher at the poles. Because of that, this the sixth line, read the sixth line, gravitational force is increased if the distance decreases. Okay, so that is what gravitational force increases. Now more the distance, less will be the force, and more the force, less will be the distance. Okay guys. Now one example I want to give you, like I gave you the g's value. Okay. Now like if you are standing here, this is you. Okay, whatever you, write your name. This is you, and this is a wall, not wall, table. Okay guys. This is a table. Now this table has mass of about okay, mass, we can say it, mass of about 10 kg. Okay guys, 10 kg is enough. 10 kg. And you have a mass of about 50 kg. Now guys, I will take the distance between you and the table be 5 meter. Okay guys, let's take it 5 meter. Now what will be the force? Now force would be product of two masses. Okay, 50 into 10, so we'll write here 500. Now value of g into g, just write g for now. Okay, because it's a longer value, so for now write only g, and it's divided by this 5 square, it's 25. Now if we cut this, it would be 20. Okay, it would be 20 g, so we will write it as, what is the g's value? 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 20. Now what is 6.7 into 20? Okay, solve that. It would be about, okay, let me also solve, it's a big calculation. Okay, 6.7 into 10, it would be 67, and into 20 it would be, okay, it would be 134. Okay, now it would be 13.4 actually. Okay, 66.7 into 20. Okay, it would be 13.4, and if we apply the 0 also, it would be 134 only. Okay, now if you see here, now it's also multiplied into 10 minus 11. Now you will say that, am I pulled by the table? Because there is a force. See guys, it's 134 into 10 minus 11 is a very small force. Okay guys, it's a very small force, so you don't even feel that. Okay guys. Now one thing more I wanted to tell you, let me tell you that also. Okay guys, now let me take a new page. Now guys, tell me, what is the, it's a googly question. Okay, what is the SI unit of G, the constant G which I have now told you? Okay, so what is its SI unit? Value I have told. Value, no, 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11. But what about the SI unit? Okay, so let us now see the equation. It's this. Okay, now what we will do, guys, we will exchange this m square. Okay, we will write this m square m1 here. Okay, guys, and this d square with f. You understand now how I am doing that with the translocation? You put the right value inversely there. Okay, guys. Now f is equals to f into d square. Okay, guys. I got d square here divided by m square m1 here, and g here. Now what is the SI unit of g? Now what is force? You know the SI unit of force we have studied in the previous chapter. It's Newton. Okay, guys. Now what is the SI unit of distance? It's meter, and it's square, so we will write a meter square. Newton meter square, and divided by mass of two objects, product of mass of two objects. So we can say it's the square only. Okay, guys, we can say it's the square only. So what is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is kg. So we'll write here kg square. Okay, guys, now we'll write a kg square. Now what is the final SI unit? Now the final SI unit is Newton meter square divided by kg square. Okay, guys, so this comes to an end of our session. All was this only. Practice this kind of sums, guys, you will perfect it. Now take home examples only. You are standing in front of your door or anything. Okay, guys, so take example of that and solve these kind of questions, so you will perfect it. So it was just the introduction. You will learn it quickly, very quickly. Okay, you will cover up all these things. Now today we have covered. Okay, now thank you for watching my video. This was all that for today. We will learn the further things in the next class. Now in today's class we learned universal law of gravitation. Now in the next session I will tell you Kepler's law. Okay, guys, so for that time, thank you and have a nice day. Thank you, guys, for watching my video. This comes to an end of my session, and all that I told, please practice yourself. Once practice yourself, okay, relate to the things, do practicals, and this will help you the most. Okay, guys. So if you need any problem or have any doubt regarding the videos I have posted, or you have you want any important question or extra questions, or or chapter notes only, you will be provided with all these if you join my Telegram group, whose link is posted in the description box. So thanks for watching my video. Please do like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.